Welcome, everybody. There's that. 1847, 647. Welcome, welcome. Neptune retrograde. Depending on where you're at, it started last night for some of you, depending on your location. Uh, Along with the new moon in Cancer. There's that. But it's necessary. It's necessary. Okay. Welcome everyone. Welcome my loves. Welcome y'all. Starseed, Curry, Sacred. Welcome. Let's see what we got going on here. Along with that, you have Uranus, North Node, and Mars conjunct in the sign of Taurus. So there's a lot going on. Welcome in Prime. Hold up. Welcome, Evan. I have to do this really quickly here. I got to look up this number 1620 because that's been popping up quite a few, which is also 420. All right, so let me see. Some of you be mindful where you're getting your trees from. Wow, 1620 speaks of berry, olive berry. Let me see the gematria right quick. Yeah, we getting into it already. Let's see what we got going on. 1620, you got to be shitting me. Beyonce Knows is the first one on here. Then we got John Wick. Royal Bloodline of Judah. 6/11, June 11. Shit. Okay, I see what 1620 talking about. All right, some of you, this new moon in Cancer is about to show you your superpowers where you should be using them to save lives because there's a particular reason as to why you have chosen to be a part of this evolution, Age of Aquarius. Okay, so we about to get real mystical in this live. Just know that Neptune is involved. New moon in Cancer. There's a lot of water energy. All right. There's cherubim and a flaming sword. Superpowers again. All or nothing and one for all in your case. Also stated here. Yellow rose. That could be highly significant for some of you. Yellow rose. Some of you are being called to get yellow flowers. A burnt offering of the Holy Spirit, twin rays. So some of you could be connecting with your actual divine soul counterpart. Okay. Dreams have been wild. Yes, they will be. And they're gonna get wilder because Neptune is retrograde up until December 3rd. And there's a few things I got in here in between that. Up until the month of August. And then as we get further along the line, then I'll provide with more info so that we can handle it. It was just 420 on the fucking timer, which is 1620. What is happening? A lot's happening. You plant yellow flowers outside of your house. There's a message in this for you, Empress. There's a message in this for you, honey. Let me see. A psychotic family of inbred killers. Some of you, let me tell you, I'm gonna keep it a stack now. Some of your superpowers, some of your ancestors are some warriors that this is why people should not, whenever they say your name, they better make sure they're speaking highly of you. Feel me? Okay. This is why, I get certain energies out of my space on any platform because I know how my ancestors roll. I know where I come from. That shit is a thing. It's a real thing. Yes, there are spirits, there are energies that are protecting you and are literally waiting for somebody to slip up. For real, for real. Because some of them bored. Some of these ancestors, they out here bored, waiting for somebody to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're also here to liberate them from that intensity as well. So that there goes the giving and receiving type of vibe again. Oh, again, what? Yeah, with Neptune retrograde, just know whatever I'm saying, it may not even sound like a language. Just let you know that right now. Okay, you got to be shitting me. The next thing I look at says Metatron's words. Okay. Saturn exposed returns. Saturn is also retrograde right now. Now, Neptune and Saturn are both outer planets. So these are energies that have to do with the vibes outside of you, right? Now, with Neptune, let me give you, it says here, ideals, I have written here, ideals and imagination breaking psychic boundaries in harmony with universe. So breaking these psychic boundaries that prevents you from being in harmony with the universe. A lot of you are going to be, wanting to rest more. Don't force yourself to stay up. Get some rest. Because there's a lot that's going to be revealed to you and handled in the sleeping state. From now to the end of this Gregorian calendar year. Before I go any further, what type of galactic signature of a day is this? Oh no, I'm about to say you better not be playing with me like that. The red lunar dragon. There's that. And it's definitely a Tuesday. And now it's 6:54 on the clock. Okay. So red lunar dragon. I polarize in order to nurture, stabilizing being. I seal the input of birth with the lunar tone of challenge. I am guided by the power of space. That's some strong. See, this is what this is. This is what I'm saying. This is what I was saying yesterday. That you can't buy that shit. We already have it within us. So they need to get it the fuck together and then getting it together. It's not them. It's the collective that needs to get it together. It has the collective needs to get it together. When it comes to these holidays and you're buying things on these days, you're giving them the resources to continue to fuck with your mind. Plain and simple. I don't care which holiday it is. You know what I'm saying? Your galactic signature, that thing there, it'll make you sit down for a very long time and say, well, would you look at that? And you know what's so amazing about it that I love the most? That you don't need your birth time. That's the one resource that you use without a birth time, which shows you how strong cosmic universal language laws are. Time is an illusion. No time needed. You know what I mean? So this helps you also with people that are around you, because it's not making sure that if you're gonna look up someone's galactic signature, you're not doing it to you're not doing it to in a malicious way, because there is a way where you're looking into someone's shit and you shouldn't even be there. Obviously, if this is your partner, you have these conversations with your partner and then you move forward, that type of thing. Or if there's a person that you're connected to and you're both revising your energies, do it then. You know what I mean? So just be mindful of that. No, those are two different things. Human design and galactic signature are two different things. When Garma came through in a dream state and gave me a case of water. Wow. You're welcome. Okay. what you could pay attention to also, and that's the brand that she gave you, if it was a brand, or if it was just bottles, if you could see or visualize how many, like what type of pack it was, and it'll give you an idea as to what she's telling you. So if it's like, let's say if it was like a 24 pack, she could be directing you towards hidden enemies, because 24 degrees is also Pisces. So you can look in your natal chart or your transiting chart to see if there's anything in the 12th house. And that'll really show you what's what. You know what I mean? There's so much information that comes to you in different ways. And this is why awareness is key. But moving forward, y'all, okay, we have Uranus North Node and Mars conjunct in the sign of Taurus. What does that mean? You might have seen me post it on IG if you're following me there, but it's basically the same information I'm going to give you now. So with Uranus North Node and Mars conjunct in the sign of Taurus, there's a stronger willpower for freedom that you're going to be connecting to. There's going to be radical changes and heightened spiritual awakenings. There's going to also be inventions of new technology. There was one live that we did where Alexander kept on coming up, and this was around that time period when we had this type of energy conjunct in the sign of Taurus. So there's going to be inventions of new technology that can help you connect to generational wealth, but the only way you'll be able to connect to that is by breaking free from the past generational blocks. So obviously there's a lot of work that you had to do. Shout out to y'all for liking the video and washing your hands without me even saying anything. I love it. Amazing. Then we also have an awakening of the depths of the subconscious into the conscious reality through your dream state. And remember, whatever's going on in your dream state, don't just look at it, oh, that was just a dream. Obviously, those of you who were here, you don't look at it like that. But if you're new and this is something new to you, that's a place that you're going when you're asleep. It's not made up. Okay. So it's also the energy of individuality and the rebel. It's a liberation of past traumas, and also suddenly being in love. It's like this moment where you realize who's your soulmate, and it's almost like a bamboozling moment, because it's like that person knows this. They might have had this experience in their dream state, and they just been around you for however long they have been there. Okay, because how belongs to source. So source would put certain people or certain situations to remind you, to keep you on track as to where you're headed or where you're supposed to be. You know, yo, the cosmos, life is amazing. The water is your mirror. The sky is your mirror. You're the thing. You're the being that's in between the two. It's up to you to see what you're seeing. Okay. Now, with Neptune retrograde from today, again, depending on where you're located, that occurred last night. So that would be for anybody who's in LA. Neptune in retro as of 11:55 p.m. If you're in London, 8:55 a.m. today. If you're in New York, 3:55 a.m. today. If you're in Delhi, 1:25 p.m. If you're in Sydney, 5:55 p.m. today. Okay. Now, moving forward, Neptune retrograde is going to play a significant role in mutable signs. So that's Gemini, Virgo, Sag, Pisces, or 3rd house, 6th house, 9th house, 12th house. You got 3, 6, 9 already there, right? And then 12. Now 12 speaks of Neptune itself. All right. Virgos, if you're a Virgo, this is going to be you evaluating relationships so it's more sustainable, because Virgo has a tendency to be of service to anything and all things. Now it's time to minimize on that shit. Me as a moon and Virgo, I'm gonna tell you, you see how I be moving, right? It's because it's easy for you to take your last and just give it, but giving is receiving. It's not that you're expecting anything back, but people got to realize, right? I ain't saying understand. People got to realize, come to the reality that giving is receiving. Too many people are still operating from a wounded slave mentality state, not realizing that the things that they're doing is going against the entire cosmic law. Welcome, Amina. You got a moon in Virgo too. I'm telling you, bruh. Listen, I be looking at my chart, and I just be like, well, shit. Can it's like, okay, some of y'all play spades, right? You a Lunar Virgo too? No wonder. It's a vibe up in here. Even if you're not a moon in Virgo and you vibe over here, it's for a reason. There's something in your chart connected to Virgo. Doesn't matter where it is, or your Mercury or Chiron energy has something to do with that. Sixth house energy as well. So it's like my chart is like playing spades with no books, with no spades in my hand. But the spades actually are hidden. They're underground. I be looking at that shit. I be like, bruh, we couldn't do something else. But it's all good though. I'm fortunate for the cards I was dealt, because there's a reason. So that's for some of y'all too. Y'all were dealt certain cards because your soul is equipped beyond that. You feel me? It's playing spades with no spades, but still winning the game. You feel me? Spades my shit too. You got a North Node in Virgo. Oh, you're here to be a healer, a spiritualist, a healer. In your past life, you were a mystic, but it also depends on the house that it's into. But yes, that was my past life. Got a North Node in Pisces this time. So that's, I guess, not I guess, but I know that's what helped this entire situation. But you're trying to get... Okay. So Gemini, okay, you're the sign that has to be mindful of what it is that you're ambitious about. Okay. Because you want to make sure that whatever it is that your ambition is connected to is connected to your higher purpose. So literally making sure that what you're ambitious about, make sure that shit line up with your North Node. This ain't time to be playing. At least cheat code for the next 6 months. Fatima, welcome, my love. You know what I'm saying? Now, Sagittarius, your 4th house energy is getting the ass whooping. But it's all getting ass whooping so you can resolve what's beneath the surface. So, Sag, you're the one that has the story of the ancestral wounds. You're the one. Wherever you have 9th house, place that too in your chart. That's Sag energy, which speaks of a child past life. This could be you as a child in another life, or this could be an ancestor in their past life as a child that flows through you. So it could be directly you or a member of your bloodline. Now, we already had the royal bloodline of Judah. Now, the royal bloodline of Judah is connected to Negroes, correctly stated. You know what I'm saying? Now, this goes back to the awakening out of that slave mentality, because even if certain groups were physically enslaved, there was still an energy connected to you that put your mind right there. Now, if you got Jupiter and Gemini, that's an 8 of Swords vibes as well, which speaks of self-sabotaging thoughts. Okay. Pisces, this is a moment for you to audit the use of all of your resources, including your own energy. Anything you say yes to, it better be a strong ass yes. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's a yes, and that's where you're going. It's wild because now the clock hit 1945, which brings me back to that Pluto and 4th house energy. And if you watch the movie Push, you know what I'm talking about. And we started this message 1620 with the number 1620 speaking about superpowers. Listen, Y'all in here are really connected to a royal bloodline with some serious powers. And this is why you can constantly hear me tell you, you went through these experiences for a reason. There's a lot of things that I say and I repeat myself is for a reason. One of those things is you don't want to be in a space where you see the future generation because you didn't do what you were supposed to do now. And you were supposed to be the one to help them along the way. When your physical body decides to transition, you won't be able to because you didn't do it here. So until somebody that came into this world in the next generation decides to take on the path that you half-assed with, you're going to be stuck in the void. And I've experienced that shit with some of my ancestors. This is why some of my family members, cousins, shit, they know what time it is. They would play this role and act like they got this and they got that. All right, so why the fuck you ain't do this then? Why do you ain't liberate them? So some of you may even have family members that know the craft, or they may be in a religious state where they judge you for what you do. Pay close attention to that and use that energy, but use the shit wisely. Virgo in the 12th, sheesh. Venus and Scorpio vibes, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely talking to the tribe now. Soul tribe like no other, because it's a whole helicopter right now. It's definitely time to rise. It's 1909. Earlier today, I saw a license plate that said 19999. So, like, for one, there's a major completion of plenty of cycles, at least 3 generations back, or even 9 generations back, that you as the magician have come into this world now to tighten that shit up. You feel me? Now, what else we have here? Well, Neptune is retrograde the 3rd week of July. This could be for those of you who are single or if you're in a partnership. From July 11th to the 16th, Venus will be in Gemini, but it's going to be squaring Neptune while in retrograde. So when it comes to matters of partnerships, make sure you're getting to know what your partner is saying or what this person that you have a newly interest in before you get committed to them, because interest and commitment are 2 different things. So exactly on the 14th, where this Venus square Neptune will be exact, when it comes to matters of partnerships, make sure you're getting to know people to fully avoid to avoid unnecessary binds. Okay. Now, on the 17th, the sun in Cancer is going to be in a trine, which basically speaks of ease, a nice flow of things. Is going to be in a trine with Neptune. So this is going to be great for showing compassion and allowing each one to really rise their vibrations and approach a situation with compassion. Okay. Now, come August, Venus in Cancer will be trining Neptune. So we go from the 17th of July, where the sun in Cancer is trining Neptune, to now Venus in Cancer trining Neptune as of the 7th, exactly in the month of August. Now, this can help clear up the confusion that was set around the 14th of July. Okay, so just make sure from now, it's literally 7-11 right now. Whoever it is that you're connecting with, this is why it's important to know yourself so that you attract what it is that you are. Because again, it's feedback, right? So what you're bringing is going to show you a lot about yourself as well. You want to make sure you're connected to a vibrational match. Now, around this time, while Venus is in Cancer, trining Neptune, is a lot of water energy. So you can do a lot of things that bring fulfillment to the senses. So this is a great time to like go on, dates where you're by the water, or you're using the sense of sight, with Neptune having to do with a lot of illusions and camera and things like that. And for some of you, this could be a perfect moment where you really calm the current down where you talk to yourself in camera to clear whatever it is that you have to clear up. So moving forward, Mercury will then be in Virgo, opposing Neptune exactly on the 21st of August, which is where you want to be careful with discussing things that are more so detail oriented, because your perception is going to be distorted whenever you have Mercury and Virgo opposing Neptune. All right. Then in September, okay, let's see here. The sun will be opposing Neptune on the 16th exactly. And as we know, the sun has a lot to do with your core, who you are, what you're willing to do based on who you are. So in the sign of Virgo opposing Neptune, Virgo has a lot to do with the earth, right? So just be mindful that this could be a time where certain things that you have set up could have like a slight issue in terms of the flow of things, even hearing about floods and things like that. Okay. So definitely this is around September, depending on the area that you're in, you want to make sure you're prepared for whatever. And let's see here. Towards the end of the month of September, Venus will be opposing Neptune. Okay. So there's going to be this lack of being tangible with others because they may not be expressing themselves truthfully. It's kind of like hiding certain things and not being honest. So the key of this all right now is what I'm sensing. You see how things are going like this, right? And the only thing you can control is self. So you have to make sure you have control of whatever emotions have been building up. And again, while Neptune is retrograde, this is going to be a great time for your dream state to really clarify a lot of things for you. You can write yourself notes, put that shit under your pillow, you get to work. And I highly suggest using a pencil and a brown paper bag, especially lead, because that's actually something you have in your body. You don't have ink in your body, you have lead in your body, right? So it'll give it a little bit more oomph to it. So 1620, let's see what else we got going on here, because I mean, shit. Save the planet. I'm with it. A rapture via a Stargate. Shit. All right, source. Talk to the collective. Talk to the collective. This shit says, be Trump eternal death. I'm done. What are the messages for the collective? I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angels, spirit guides, and ancestors that guide and protect me. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me as me, for you and I collected to use our mind's eye to see. Ashe, 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 always in connection to the Most High forevermore. What? All right. Who's here now? Who is here? Who is here? Oh, yeah. Don't mind me. Ooh, split the deck is agreement. Some of you are definitely from Sirius A. Canis Major, Dog Star, Isis energy. Also Anubis. Who do we have guarding this message? And what is your message, beloved? Something to do with your heart chakra. That song that's playing right now, he said volveré, means returning. It's giving me chills. 717. Amor, amor, amor. That's love. And 717, the sun will be in Cancer. And that's when I call him Fuzzy. Fuzzy came by over here 717 the other day talking about I am. What do you say? What you said, boo? Let me see. Hold on. Let me not mess up what you said. What you said? Said, my name is I am. Aries energy, Mars energy, spiritual warrior energy. Could be Buddha, Siddhartha. There's a book called Siddhartha. Angel Food Ministries, Cerebrum Nu from Sirius A. Cerebrum Nu. What is that? Hold on. Is the largest part of the brain containing the cerebral cortex. The region of the central nervous system is the uppermost region of the central nervous system, and is the largest part of your brain that handles conscious thoughts and actions. All right, hold up. 6:45. Actions of, let me see. Then, now, so, what else? Oh, we already pulled this up though. Then, now, so, to be evil. Okay, I'm gonna say this shit. You know what this is? It's like some of you have blocked yourself because somebody told you was evil about whatever it is that you plan on doing or how you go about your spirituality. You know within your heart the truth of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Fuzzy with the message. I hear you. You are a diviner. You are a counselor. Some of you are literally placed here as judges. Well, this is why you're here, because my ass is a whole ass judge. This is why I can't. Me and certain humans, get out my face. Get out my face. Just get out my face. Go do that shit with somebody else. Someone kept telling you that these past couple months. $1920. And that's Mr. Disney. Then they said that he's slow or some shit. Look at that. The tyrant comes out. I ruled my life. Why are you here? Today, the 13th, you seen it? Oh, wow. Transhuman. Okay. So they're going to try to control some of you through digital. Okay. You'll know what it is that you need to remove from your social media based on your Explore page. Pay attention to what's popping up on your Explore page, especially on IG or on your feed on YouTube. There's certain things that you need to remove yourself from because it's blocking you from responding as the first responder. You're here to form the future. You're here to rule your life. You're here to do things the unorthodox way. What you do, no one's going to understand you, and it's your vision. You got a lot of tricksters around you. And I'm asking who's here guarding the message. Mentor. Could be someone that was vital in your life as well. And the reason why people do what they do, again, is to make you uncomfortable enough to trigger you for you to change it. Because you don't want to blame anybody for shit. Now, here's the other flip side of that, right? Especially when it comes to attracting partners in any area of your life. Love, business, whatever it is that you're doing. My theory on that is I'm not going to be partnered up with anyone. Granted, there's spirits that come around to test people. But if you allow that spirit to test you after discussing the matter, it's time for you to go. Because you're a pure embodiment of that toxicity and you're okay with it. More than okay with it. You want to live it out. So go live that shit out on your own. Don't bring that shit over here. Because when I rise up, I'm not going to lay a finger on you. I'm going to send source to handle your ass. That's all I'm doing. Because I paid the price in the past, putting my hands on people, and that's not okay. That was part of my journey too. I was real quick to fuck somebody up. Especially if the tears start flowing. I ain't saying shit else. You know? So that's not the right thing to do. But one of the underlying factors of that is where you may have had parents who whipped your ass with whatever was in their near sight. Because their parents whipped their ass with whatever's in their sight. And that shit's not okay. That's not anything that's supposed to be done to anybody. Right? And there is a price that you pay for doing that. I'm thankful that I paid the price quite quickly. That's one thing I'm glad for. On some real shit. What else? Because that's what got me here. That's what got me here. I was like, I need to use these hands for something else. Because there's been cases where I didn't even feel like I touched somebody. I literally felt like I didn't connect shit. But apparently, when the pictures pop up, it was quite a connection. Look at that. Look. Warrior won't come out. And an emissary. See, you a whole emissary of the Most High. But first you have to, it's the light and the dark. That's a high priestess. That's a goddess. That's an empress. You know what I'm saying? When you can balance both the light and the dark. The ability to conjure up lower frequencies just enough to remove it out of your life. Not to live it out. You feel me? What else we got going on here? Sumerian. This shit came out reverse. Oh, shit. Being connected to the cosmos. And that in my mind, as this one is coming, I'm like, but who's guarding this? The cosmos is. It's not it's not a physical person. It's the cosmic energy where we all come from. But again, there are entities that come from a different type of source that created the fuckery we got today. Where people were working these jobs and all this other shit. And remember now, Uranus, North Node, and Mars are conjunct in the sign of Taurus. Uranus has a lot to do with the electrical impulses that flow through your nerves. The North Node is connected to the focal point or the North Star, the fated point. No matter what you got going on in between, this is the point you're supposed to get to. It didn't say which lifetime though, because you can do. You repeat the cycle. You be on this perpetual thing here, and until you decide to step into that path, is when you now start to embrace that North Star, that North Node. And the sign of Mars is the warrior, the spiritual warrior, where you don't let shit get in your way because you overstand what you're here for. 726. I don't know if that's Fuzzy though. Fuzzy be on it. That's the only one that looked like that. Look at that. These two. Look at these three. Look at these three. When I picked up the deck, Ra, Buddha, and the Commander. Different time periods, but embodying the same energy of the sun. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what the divine feminines are talking about. Let me see something. We gonna get y'all out here quick. What we got going on here? Let's remove these blocks, remove whatever needs to go. New moon in Cancer, Neptune retrograde. May all the truths be revealed. May all the truths be revealed in connection to the cosmos, bringing heaven on earth. Nothing less, everything more. Connected to the Most High. Divine Feminine, what is your message? The Goddess of Light. Look at this one. I told you. She don't be playing. She was like, baby, I'm here. I'm telling you. Anywho, Amaterasu, the Goddess of Light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. But nobody wants to look in the mirror, meaning the cosmos, meaning their natal chart. People around you that you may go through these struggles with. It's because they don't know themselves or ignore getting to know themselves. They're okay with a human being dictating their world. What else we have? The cosmic egg, the divine feminine comes out. And Kali. I release all that doesn't serve me. It is time to be the truth of who I am. You do not want to get in the way of what's being revealed to you. We are all mirrors reflecting back the same light, the light of the sun, the light of the moon. There's a whole alarm going off right now. The divine feminine's message. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of ever expanding love. And then you have Inanna at the bottom of the deck. The queen of heaven and earth. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Man, look at that. See what I'm saying? High priestess as I split the deck. And then the saint of spoken words slid down here. So some of you have things that you have to say. It may not even be to those who aren't awakened yet. Let them do what they do, because it's going to be a radical change that, you know what I mean, that's going to cause them to shift anyway. That's where we're at. So, allow people to do what they do. What they say about you is none of your business and never will be, unless you choose to make it so. Okay. The prophetess of the sacred way. Follow your heart, because your heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. The path of love is true abundance. Not the path of what somebody got to say about you or about what you're doing. Because in most cases, if you're on a spiritual journey and they're criticizing you for what you do, that's your cue to just be like, you know what, baby, you have a ways to go. And I understand that. So, deuces. Deuces. And just continue to lead by example. Do your actions. That's it. Because this new moon in Cancer and the first Decan at 7 degrees, 7 has a lot to do with partnerships, right? So you want to be mindful of the energies that's providing you with feedback or that are in your energy, because first and foremost, you're allowing it by the way you're having the conversations about it within your mind and where you're connected to self in terms of your core values. Okay. So if you're really about that life and what you're doing, there's you know that there's going to be a way that you're moving about what's going on in your life. You're not going to really entertain it. Granted, at first, along the path, it's going to piss you off. It's going to make you uncomfortable. Get your ass out in nature. Go ground yourself. Stand outside, be by a tree, get in some grass, get by the water for as long as you must until you find yourself centered. You know what I'm saying? Take some things that you enjoy doing. Whether it's your trees, get some fruits, get you some coconut water, and just get outside. Promise you that should work. Just get outside. There's nothing that you got going on within you that nature can't handle. Look at that, 1933, self-healing energy. What's your message here for the collective? Neptune retrograde, new moon in Cancer. What is the message for the collective? Neptune retrograde, new moon in Cancer. I almost said full moon in Cancer because there's something completing from December. Let's see. So that's quite a bit. We're taking them though. What you have here at the bottom? Okay, magnetic. So some of you have a galactic signature moon tone, magnetic, with the essence of purpose, the power to unify through the action of attraction. So law of attraction is your thing. You could be a generator, okay? And if you are designed to build. You're highly enthusiastic, so you want to be mindful, okay, of what your body is telling you about the energies you're surrounded by. If you're highly enthusiastic and you're around the opposite of that, you already know you being here designed to build is going to stagnate you, okay? You also have Ortilas here, which is all about shedding old skin, outdated relationships, because some of you are really about to inherit an estate, a legacy that has been placed upon your ancestors from ages ago. But you have to tap into ancestral spiritual power. And you have the energy surrounding you now with Neptune retrograde, Uranus, North Node, Mars, conjunct in the sign of Taurus, which speaks of wisdom of your body or your senses, paying attention to what you're sensing, paying attention also to what you're smelling. There's certain scents that are coming in to help you really, dive deeper into what is or who it may be that's wanting to connect to you as far as an ancestor, because they want you to have your permanent wealth. And then we have Sekhmet coming out, Sekhmet and Bas coming out here. Sekhmet is the goddess of war and destroyer of all enemies of the sun god Ra. But if you're in the way and partying and parlaying with your enemies, you're going to get an ass whooping just like them. That's how that roll. That's how she roll. Lilies could be important. Then you have here the family that speaks, cardinal family. So you could be a red dragon, that is today. Okay. So the family that speaks, North Temperate tribe or the clan. This is the red dragon, the white world bridger, the blue monkey, and the yellow warrior. So when we're talking about your tribe or your clan, if you're a red dragon, that includes the white world bridger, the blue monkey, and the yellow warrior. Okay. This is the family that speaks, where you have to take the lead and follow what your inner voice is telling you, not what someone else is telling you. You're not here for that. You're not here for that. Okay. Then we have lunar eclipse, which happened during Taurus season, which was the beginning of getting you out of neutral, no more stalling. You could be a Cancer, Capricorn, North Node, South Node. Or you could have Pluto in the 4th house or 10th house. Some of you here are manifesting generators. You're being guided to follow your inner vibration of joy. You have the wand and the alchemical process. You can easily get things started, get moving on it, especially when it comes to you taking action. You've embodied all 4 corners or all 4 aspects of kings: king of air, king of water, king of fire, king of earth. You have all the tools you need to take action. Now it's time for you to step into your power as the emperor. This could be also you, feminine, your inner emperor. All right, is ready to merge with the empress. So it's basically like you're giving birth to this new state of a divine masculine within you, feminine. Because the masculine energy is the physical representation of the spiritual feminine energy. And this made me look at this, but it was like this. So some of you definitely come into a win-win. And this is AWAS, which speaks of movement, progress. You could also be a whisperer specifically for horses. You may have a connection to horses, or someone, within your bloodline that's somebody you may want to connect to or get to know more about. This is also speaking of trust between individuals, the ability to detect deceit. Again, with Neptune retrograde, it's going to be quite easy to do that. But you have to make sure you're centering yourself and cleaning the slate. New moons are all about cleaning the slate, uncovering new potential. So, of course, in the sign of Cancer, which speaks of the womb, but also speaks of your roots, right? Some of you could also be noticing that real estate is something you should be getting into. Something with real estate, or something with the home that you didn't even know that you're about to be granted with, because of all of this spiritual work you've been doing. Or this can happen through a partnership. It says the mind will trust the body and the body will trust the mind. It didn't say another person. Again, it didn't say another person. You kept smelling pickles and latex and firewood. What the fuck, Amina? What? Girl, you see, okay. He says, if you're not ready to conceive, whoever this is that's coming in, divine emperor, protect yourself, because you hit a baby outside. You hit a baby outside. So you have healing the division breach between the body, mind, spirit, and soul with herbs, magic, divination, crystals, prayer, affirmations, etc. Telling you, you're here to do things so unorthodox, it's not even funny. So just mind your business and do you, boo. All of y'all, mind y'all business and do y'all. You got the energies right now supporting you. No, you don't need to get no, none of that. No birth control. You shouldn't even be doing that. I don't support that shit over here either. That right there. Just know what you do. Just don't. Practice intimacy. About to get real ancient up in here. Now we got the family that feels. South temperate. So we went from North temperate to South temperate. So we got the family that speaks and the family that feels. The family that feels is connected to the blue knight, the yellow star, the red skywalker, and the white mirror, 741. I need to look at that because that's a pigeon. And they're messengers entirely. So give me 1 second. Because the way it flew up there, it just, granted, my peripherals is like looking dead on. So it says, what does it say here? 323 when Pluto goes into Aquarius. God's holy daughter of the Trinity. But the greatest of these is love. You are my love. Shapeshifter, hybrid, polygon pupil. What does Phoenix rising mean? That's what it says here. Divine intervention. Always happy. The wedding date of your parents could be significant. What is the story? Something about you remembering something in relation to a parent's wedding. See, now there's another one. What the? Okay, wait. Let me do this way. Two conjuncts. 1941. Oh, 1942, because May 10th, 85, Light of God, Gods in God, Luna, Father God, Martina, Take Back America, Doug, Godfather, no coincidence. Hindu, Stan Lee, chill out. Stan Lee definitely went to my high school though. Shay, Cheetos. That's one thing. Like, pay attention to the spaces that you've been in or where you went to school at. Look up more about that location because there's a frequency that connected to you. You know what I'm saying? There's a frequency that's connected to you. Why is my heart chakra feeling like that? What in the fuck is going on right now? What song is it? What is going on? Okay. Which hour is this right now? What hour is this right now? I'm good. It's Mercury. Okay. No, it's not. It was, though. Why is it still on me like that? It's the moon hour. It's 7:44. Okay. Okay. Ooh. What the fuck? Cancer demon. Amaranth. Amaranth. I know what that is, but I need a refresher here. Go back. I don't remember too much about what it is. See? A pseudo cereal rather than actual grain since it's technically a seed. Buckwheat and quinoa. You might want to get some of that. Some of you, that's your message. You might want to get some quinoa. 5:44. That means eagles for me. Okay. So that can help you with your perception here. Now, the eagle is also connected to Scorpio, which speaks about, it said, what does the Phoenix rising mean? Is being able to rise up from the ashes, to see the bigger picture, and exactly what's in front of you at the same time. And you have the Vesica Pisces, pigeons. It literally says, well, it would say that, but not really. Silver. Some of you could have been taking silver drops. Do your thing. Continue. Because 510 is 6 of Pentacles, which is Moon in Taurus. So you're grounding. It's helping you ground yourself. Silver drops. Some of you are diamond gems growing from the concrete. If you're still busting down McDonald's, log off. Get out of here. We got Artemis, twins, basketball, awakening, Boston, Franklin, original. Hug a tree. Go hug a tree. Go hug a tree. Okay? Hug a tree. Why the ad that just popped up was the president's face like this? Mad as fuck. You mad, bro? Not my business. Not my business. Y'all thought y'all could keep playing with people. Y'all thought you could keep playing with people. You can't keep playing with people like that. What the fuck is you doing? So, the family that feels. Blue Knights, Yellow Star, Red Skywalker, White Mirror, Galactic Signatures. That's your tribe right there. Committed. What are you committed to? Some of you Gemini, Sagittarius, but this could also be the last nodal shift that we have, where the North Node was in Gemini and the South Node was in Sag, where you were really getting more, accustomed to growing your own foods. You will see a lot of that happening. Also getting more into astrology. So some of you, like the last 18 months, last 20 months, year and a half, last year, whenever, during that North Node in Gemini and South Node in Sag, this is where you really started to, tap further into what you've been doing spiritually and realizing that what you put into your body, yeah, want to go there too. Eat, love, pray. Yeah. If you can't travel right now for whatever reason, watch movies of locations that you want to go to. For real, for real. Sometimes the universe is just, not sometimes, all the time, the universe is just waiting for you to tap in. However it is that you're being guided to tap in. Don't get distracted. Shadow work. You've been doing more than enough of that. Okay. And then this, with the South Node and Sag, this is all about releasing dogmatic beliefs and also a change in travel. Y'all see the way these flights are getting canceled? Motherfuckers better get used to teleporting out this. Better get used to it. Listen, this is another reason why you got to be mindful of what you're eating. The last time we had Uranus, North Node, Mars, conjunct in the sign of Taurus was 2,300 years ago. 2,300 years ago. So, you already seen what people never thought it would be possible for the shit to go down the way it did 2020. However, that shit happens almost every 100 years. But it keeps repeating itself because people keep investing in it. That's why I said the collective got to do something different. Look at this. I have the Egyptian tarot deck here, and a few cards fell forward to show me this. Look at this. It's time to rise up. It's time to rise up. You're literally receiving information from source, Mama Universe, because behind that is the Three of Cups, which is Mercury in Cancer, which speaks of mother energy. But the mother of all, the universe itself, is literally giving out downloads, visions, changing, your taste buds. There's certain things that if you eat it, you're having this wild ass headache, or you're something's off. You know what I'm saying? Change the way you eat, you change the way you live, because your thoughts are going to change, your mindset's going to change. Everything you put into your body is becoming you. It's not complicated. Whatever you put in, start there. Whatever you put into your body, this is what you're going to become. That's the investment you're putting into your physical resource to have an experience in this realm. You may even find yourself wanting to eat the same thing every day. Your body will have a better time digesting it, though, because it recognizes what you're putting into it. It's kind of like a hair product. You use it over and over and over again. This is where you start to see changes. But if you keep changing shit, you might damage it, So we got 133, 1033. Divine guidance surrounds you now. Come with it. And then we got the second seal popping through here. See, some of you are in charge of cleansing out what has been sent to take peace from the earth. People killing one another. That's a great mission that you got to be really connected to source and to nature. You got to remember where you come from cosmically. Because a lot of the deities and, things like that, they come from a cosmic knowledge, a cosmic source. You know what I mean? Like, I have nothing against people, do your initiations, do what you want to do. That's probably the path that you enter this world in to do. But don't force nobody else to be getting initiated because you don't know what they're here for. That could be a huge disrespect to your bloodline, not even knowing it. Because now you're being connected to just one specific being or deity. And we're here to bring what? The law of one, heaven on earth. So that's the embodiment of all. Again, do what you do. Everybody's on a different path, but don't force anybody to do something that you're doing because you're told that if they don't do this, they can't do that. Don't bring that over here. But my ancestors be ready for that too. What you said? What you told them? You said you can't do what? Let me show you something. You know what I'm saying? And it says here, refuse to blame others for the lack of success in all areas of life. That's it. Refuse to blame others for anything that's ever happened because they were literally there to trigger you, to shift you. That's it. And you realize how much smoother your transitions through your transformations are going to be. How much clearer, you perceiving your dream state is going to be. You know what I'm saying? And then it says here, the Most High makes it all possible and definite. And then we got Tahuti, Thoth in the building. Got me eating cashews like nobody's business. Mind you, I think this is probably the first time that I've had cashews since the month of May. And that's connected to Thoth and Shiva. I said, oh, we on a whole different type of time. Like, I'll eat cashews all day and I'll be fine. Like, I'm just sitting here eating different types of nuts and greens and, beans. It's, listen. So I'm saying, listen to what your body is wanting. Now, if there's certain cravings that you're having that are, they're not healthy for you, just get you some omegas, get you some omega-3s. Because another thing is too, for those of you who may be cutting out meat or whatever it is that you want to do, and doing fish and things like that, be mindful of that because the water itself, it's a whole nother entity. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot going on there too. So again, this is not here to be making nobody afraid or not. Just you just being informed. Just be wise with what you do. That's all. Then we have love is not attachment. Leo, Scorpio could be significant. Recalibration from the heart of transformation, 520. Let me look at 520. Why did I put this on here? I'm telling you, some of these cards, they was just channeled through and I was just writing messages as they were coming in. So 520, that's connected to 7 of Pentacles, which is Saturn and Taurus. 520 in Gematria speaks of the matrix. In solar, soon. I don't know what in solar is. Let me just see. Excuse me. Oh, just a company for solar energy. Let's see. There's a supplement by that name. Then we got angel numbers. Let me see what else we got. 520 also connects to Shayla. 520 says do not tamper. 520 YOLO. 520 Spurs. 520 Zeke. 520 Smooth Criminal. 520 Michael McKay. 520 Songs of Songs. Let's see what that say, because that's the Book of Solomon. Let me see. What you talking about? 520 speaks of, well, there isn't a 520, so I'll look at 52, which is the Book of the Man. Well, it says the fourth song, the woman, the woman. Okay. I'm going to read this here. It says, I have entered my garden, my sweetheart, my bride. I am gathering my spices and myrrh. I am eating my honey and honeycomb. I am drinking my wine and milk. The women, eat, lovers, and drink until you are drunk with love. The fourth song, the woman. While I slept, my heart was awake. I dreamed my lover knocked at my door, or at the door. Songs of Songs is sweet. Okay. Let's see what else we got. 520, rocket launch. I forgot who it was, but they definitely went out there. They did. And you know why? Because of gas. Because of gas. Gravity ain't working for them no more. They can't pull it from the ethers no more. That's why they has to be going up there in the first place. That's just what I feel about it. Because that's where concentrated gas is in space. Then we have it had to unfold this way. Higher love, sense of freedom, breaking toxic patterns. I'm telling you, some of you have really been here for eons. You're billions of years old. Okay. Billions. Then you have, okay, you see what I'm saying? So normally when I see messages like this, I don't look at the other cards. So these three cards that we're about to pull is going to come from the cosmic parents. So with that being said, I said tarot cards. Let's see which. I'm gonna go here to the Osho Zensaro, because this is a higher consciousness type of deck. What is the message here, cosmic parents, for the collective? Yep, no longer allowing yourself to be conditioned. You're a lion moving like a sheep. You ain't come here for that. You ain't come here for that. It's time for you to exist the way you were intended to exist. This is your message from your cosmic parents. Message from the cosmic parents, Neptune retrograde, new moon in Cancer. What do you have? Ordinariness. This is the 8 of Pentacles. So working on your harvest here is going to be great success. This is the 6 of Wands. This is the year of the tiger. Let's go. Cosmic parents, what do you want to tell them about the work that they've been doing? What do you want to tell them? This is something about it had to unfold this way so you can reach higher love, sense of freedom, breaking toxic patterns. Again, Uranus, North Node, Mars is conjunct in Taurus. This hasn't happened for 2,300 years. We have trust, Page of Cups. So whatever this message that's coming in that could be emotionally fulfilling, trust it. Some of you may not even trust it because of something that happened in the past. Receptivity, we have Queen of Cups. Be open and receptive to messages that are coming in, especially, coming from a space that you've done the work. So if you've done the work, you should be already in this state where you're able to have trust. Be open and receptive, because if you've done the work, you know that you're not going to attract something that's not a vibrational match unless your focus is there. You're gonna, if whatever you're focused on, you're gonna receive. Okay. What else? What else you got here? What is this message coming in that you're telling them to trust? Awareness. Wow, the Chariot. Let me see what's this. And then we have Seven of Wands, Mars and Leo, which speaks of stress. So some of you have to work on whatever this is that has been stressing you out. Okay, let me see here. Especially if you're a mutable sign, especially if you're a Gemini, or if you have something transiting your third house right now, this is definitely for you. This is what you want to focus on. If you have any planets that are transiting the third house, this is what this message is for. What's this ordinary energy here? Tell me more about the ordinary energy. Wow. Whoa. Whew. You got Seven of Swords. It says politics here. But you got the mask and you got this snake energy. It's not a serpent. And this is also speaking of the world today. The mask is being pulled off. And it's, in terms of the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Pentacles and moving in silence. My thing is, this is a moon card, but it's 17 in this deck. I just realized that. It's not 18. 17 is usually the star card. See, your cosmic parents are literally telling you that you came into this world with generational wealth. Whatever struggles you got going on right now is part of it. It had to unfold this way so you can see what toxic patterns have to be removed. You know what that is because it constantly keeps testing you, and this is what you keep saying, that this is stressing you out. It's time to get rid of it. Remove yourself from the situation. Do what you can to remove yourself from the situation. Even if you're surrounded by those energies, do what you can to not be face to face with it. So this is also now putting your focus into you and whatever it is that you must do to separate yourself. That in itself is going to take you away from the energy, especially if you're in close proximity to it, under the same roof type of thing. Do what you must do to get yourself out of there, instead of putting your focus into not wanting to be there, because that's not doing anything for you to get out of it. You know? Look at that. Queen of Pentacles, that's speaking of Capricorn. Be mindful as to what it is that you're watching. Okay? Listening to. That was just 3. We're going to keep it there. And we're going to see what other messages come through later. So we did that. It's time for you to come out of this old way of being, this old suit, and step into your cosmic energy. So again, that right there is getting more familiar with your galactic signature. Then we have the giver. Either you're the giver, constantly giving to energies you have no business giving to, because you already know it's not being reciprocated, or you may have given and there may have been a point where they appreciated what you've done, but then there was something that you were destined to do, and it isn't unfolding based on their ego's timing about what you got to do, but they don't even know what your vision is and what it entails in terms of the process. So this is where you start to see people's true colors. And then you realize these are the same people that you helped out, but when it's time for you to focus on you and take that focus off of them, it's a problem. It's time to fully separate yourself from that. Feel me? Then we have respond. The universe is nudging you. Taurus, back to that energy, because you with that conjunction in the sign of Taurus is basically a whole new world, A lot's going to change. You can even see things changing in your neighborhood. Like, for instance, in my neighborhood, there's certain public transportations that are changing their routes. That's changing the entire way that people move now. People never thought that would happen because they got accustomed to something being one way and one way only. You know, similar to when we had that global lockdown. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Being rewritten feels like yes. Yes. For like the last, what? I can't even tell you. I know it was more than 7 years, but it was something in me that was like, I'm rewriting the Bible. There's a whole bunch of us that's here to do that. You know, to write the manual that the Most High really intended to have here. Because it's been written by several people. And that's another thing people don't realize, that you're following what someone says. Granted, if we do it, it's going to be a little bit different now because we're connecting to source in a different way. Because most of these texts are literally saying that what we do in terms of divination is a sin. The fuck you mean? Okay. So look at that. The black horse here. Remove thyself. Balance is key. That's your last card. And before that, you have the third seal, which is the black horse. The rider has a pair of scales, 1 quart of wheat, 1 quart of barley. This reminds me of beer. It's also speaking of, other substances to balance that out, because this is how you allow yourself to get defeated by those entities that are specifically designed to distract you. The whole telephone game. Listen, okay? And I'm saying it like that because I literally said that in my mind as I was hearing about, the experiences that people are having, because some people are feeling like, oh, because, the bus doesn't stop there anymore, that it's no longer running. So this is a bad case of telephone. It's not that it's not running anymore. It's just not stopping there. It's a whole different conversation, right? So, yeah. Yeah. For real, for real. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let me get some more oracles. Yeah, look at that. Source. I feel like doing some love messages. Yeah, in that order. So 1, 2, 3, 14. We're going to balance this out. We're going to do it all. We're going to do it all. Let's see what the mermaids have to say. Let's see what the mermaids have to say. Protection. I know that's right. Even protection from sirens that are not peaceful. It says here, you, your loved ones, and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. And I mean peaceful, there's like a certain tone or frequency that can literally disturb you. And it can wipe out certain memories that are quite useful to you. 811. So be mindful of what you're listening to and what you're watching. That's why the movies that I post in my stories for y'all to watch is for y'all to remember certain things. Because look at that shit. Alchemy at the bottom of the deck. Because I'm noticing what's popping through. I'm like, wow. Okay. So, of course, I'm going to watch them first before I see, before I put them up there. Look at that. Alchemy, mother healing. Mama universe in the building. You ready, Soul Kali? What else? Time to move on. You're protected to move on. Yes. That's why those frequencies. Yep. So Veggio's frequencies, even music that you enjoy with lyrics of love. Like I've been listening to a lot of oldies, 70s soul music. So you have the protection that you've been asking for. Now it's time to move on. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. That's basically confirming Callie's message or an extension of Callie's message, as we just said her name, that message comes on. So you gotta listen now, huh? Yeah, we gotta listen. You have a healing heart and have faith. You are a powerful healer. Keep up the great work, y'all. And it says here, your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. Look at that. Have faith. Time to move on. They're both coming out of the water. And this is giving me big Neptune retrograde vibes too. What you're seeing in your dream state is allowing you to rise or to flow with the current. Let me go with the moon cards. This is what we got here at the bottom is set your sights higher, okay? Increase your standards and expect more of yourself. Don't settle. Some of you are really aiming for things because you don't know how you're going to get it. Get that shit out your mind. You ain't here for that. You're not here to be worrying about how you're going to do something. No. What do you want to do? Don't worry about anything else. Focus on what you want. Because notice that when you start putting your energy into how you're going to get it, you tap in real deep into that. You need to take that same energy where you're focusing on how you're going to do something and it distracts you and it makes you lose focus and it makes you doubt and it makes you fear. Put that shit into what you want. Draw it out. Have a moment. Draw it out. Remove time out of your space, because then that's when you really get to dive into embracing that energy of what it is that you want without focusing on when it's coming to you. Feel me? Let me give one more. 5 for the change. And it gave us 2. So we got 6. Self-forgiveness and morning affirmations. There we go. It says your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your inner guidance or follow your guidance. And it says self-forgiveness. Let go of old guilt. Remember that you're God's perfect child. And then morning affirmations. Rising affirmations. Stay positive. Say positive affirmations. Each rising to open the gates of manifestation. That should be the first thing you do. A quick breathing exercise, or as long as you may want to. You know, stretching, saying your affirmations. The way you start your day is the way you're going to experience it. It just so happens when you tap into this live, we reset your ass. You feel me? That's what we're here for. We're here to get this reset in. Get out of neutral and really bring heaven on earth. I mean, that's what I'm here for. If that's not what you're rolling with, time for you to go. Time for you to leave this space. Because you don't want to see the beast come out. That's for damn sure. Guarantee that. Because I don't like bringing that energy out either. But listen, when it's supposed to, helpful person. Someone wants to help you. Think of whom that might be and initiate contact. And then we have contemplation time. So spend time alone, meditating upon what you truly desire. There goes that. And then ready, set, go. Look at that. You're being helped. Wanted to pop through as well to show you you're being helped. Some of you seeking help from people that don't want to help you or see you move forward because it's going to require them to change. And everybody's not ready for that change. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not ready for that change. You are, I am. Let's do this. Come on now. Come on now. Let's do this for real. I said moon cards, right? Let's do this. Let's get this utopia. What's that? A new start. Take time to breathe out. A new start is coming. It's new moon energy right here. Ashe. Neptune retrograde, new moon in Cancer. It's time to let it go. It's a new phase. Completely new phase. Because we're talking about birthing the new in sense of the energy of Cancer. The moon, which is the polar opposite to Capricorn, the world card. And the world card signifies all of your past lives, completion of that in this life, and receiving reward. That which has been hidden. Revealing what has been hidden. meditate, and contemplate. Again, with this contemplation, your commitment is being tested first quarter moon, but that's new moon in Pisces. Hold up. I'm going to do this instead of looking at that. Let me look at this. New moon in Pisces. 1421, which will be 221. Some of you have been seeing 221 a lot. Then we have July 3rd. It says, trust yourself. Holy Spirit returns, which is you, your divine self. Your connection to your cosmic self is returning. Naruto Uzumaki. Not sure who that is, but I want to know for some reason. An anime character. He's a young ninja from a fictional village of Konohagakure. The villagers ridicule and ostracize Naruto on account of the nine-tailed demon fox. Being shunned most of his childhood. May 17 also connects to this new moon in Pisces, Gematria. Thou comest amongst the stars. I mean, shit. Antichrist war, yeah. The truth revealed, yeah. When celebrities fake death, that too. Portal of Jupiter, which is also connected to 1212. You know what's wild? I don't know what this is, but not that I don't know what this is. I gotta stop saying that shit. You're not about to trick me. When I'm on live, I tend to travel a lot, and I can feel myself always in locations where there's red dirt. It's 1:33 on the timer. He's a nine-tailed fox. Yeah. New moon in Pisces also says what goes up must come down. See, whatever it is that you're asking for is coming back. Whatever it is that you're asking for is coming back. Yahweh is Abba. You know what's this lady? She was from Ethiopia, and she worked for the postal service. This is when I was working at this sports performance place, and I was at the front desk, and she looks at me. She goes, "What is your name?" Because I said it to somebody, and I said Alba. She was like, "You know what your name means, right?" And she stopped and paused, and her whole shit just changed. I said, "Okay, this is a moment." She was like, "You know what your name means?" You know, she said, "You know what your name means, right?" She said, "Okay, get to work." And she looked back, and I'm getting chills right now. She looked back and walked out, and she said, "Remember." I said, "What the fuck are we doing here today?" And I wrote it down, and I have it on a piece of paper, and it was around 2:22 that she came to me, and I was like, this ain't no joke. This is not a game. This is not a game. I was like, okay. Delivery received. It's a really good show. Yo. And the way the sun started shining after that, like the beam that was coming in, I was like, man, I'm glad I'm the only one at the front desk right now. What's this? Bring love into the situation, work through your fears. These are all new moons. And we have the fellow water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, new moons, along with Aquarius. One of your lives, I instantly had great respect and admiration for you, what you're teaching. Aww. Wow, I appreciate that, Charlie. Not because you know what it is. That B side of me is the polar opposite of the amount of love I have. Like I can really, like sometimes I'll even go off like that, and people won't see it. Like I will sit here in tears and then some shit. Like, but why would people even move like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, see, new moon in Virgo. All of this is new moons right now. Shout out to the new moon in Cancer. 2023 on the clock, 8:23. Mama's in the building. My higher priestess of all is in the building. She was a gift. I didn't realize she transitioned until a year after her transition. Because can't nobody tell me shit. She was still there. Life is life in this realm. Some of you, you should check if you have a grandparent that you're closely connected to, check your charts together. And you can see how the chart will literally talk to each other. And you'll, like, that's one of the ways I can tap in. You know, I'll look at what's going on and see what conversations they're having planet-wise. I say so much inside, which is why you'll hear me like skip from one thing to the next. Because there's another language within me that it's not even something that I can say. But if you know and your soul hears me, you'll hear me. You'll hear me. Yeah. Let's see what else we got, baby. You're very close to achieving your goal. It's time to release negativity. So you got the new and full moon in Scorpio. You're very close to achieving your goal here. Let's get one more. Prosperity lies ahead. New. Look at this, y'all. You see all this new. And you already got Kali that popped out on your ass, said let it go. You don't want Kali chopping your head off. This is why I remove people too, because I ain't gonna keep you around and taking your shit. That's between you and Source. Y'all handle that. What do you need to release, Ross? Let's see. Communication is key. So anyone who doesn't communicate the way you do, it's okay to let it go. Because that's part of what's stressing some of y'all out. And it's in you releasing it, it allows whatever cycle that continuously happened to be broken. So now the new can come in. Okay. What do you need to release though? These shits is popping. Emotions are running high. Whatever causes your emotions to run at a level that makes you frantic, it makes you lose your grounding, basically. Okay. Nothing is yet set in stone, mutable wound. You already know. Look at that. Fiery climax approaches. What was that? But you and your loved ones are safe. Fiery climax approaches. It fell out up in reverse. So literally, there's things that are being blocked out. There are things that are being blocked out so you don't step into this stress state. But you can easily call it back in through the lack of knowledge. Like it says, my people perish for the lack of knowledge, the lack of knowing. This is the age of knowing. You better know. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Let me continue then. What else? What other message you got? What's this? Take time to breathe out. Yeah. Take time to breathe out when emotions are running high. What else you got to tell them? Don't let pride get in the way. They speaking to you now, baby. Don't let pride get in the way. Take time to breathe out when emotions are running high. This is what you need to release. A lot of you have this energy flowing around right now. This could be from an ex that you had 2009 that you didn't close out that cycle emotionally, and this is what keeps bringing some shit around here. Don't let the past hold you back. A win-win outcome is forecast. Conclusions are within reach. They're within you. There's something that's within you that's connected to a past partnership still. Let's see. What do you suggest they do here to remove that? Look at that, the 12th house, your dream state. So some of you got to write this letter. Write a letter to yourself about whatever it is that you want to remove. Put it under your pillow. The next day, wake up and burn that shit outside. That just came through. You shouldn't burn that shit outside. The sun comes out as I split the deck. So what's the best way here? Not the best way, but what do you suggest they do to gain this clarity, to release the past? What's the message here? To release the past. Mercury. Be mindful of the way you're thinking, communicating, writing, and talking. Well, also what we just said there. Mercury. You can even do this. Pull up the planetary hour chart. Okay, put up the planetary hours. You can possibly do this during the Mercury hour, which will help you to connect to the messenger of the gods, and it'll connect you to the gods that are in connection to you to help you shift. Okay. Yes. Yeah, because something about your 5th house here came out in reverse, where you have fun, romance, and create things you're proud of. There's still something that's connecting to you that's not allowing you to fully see that. And 5th house is the sun. And then we have Leo at the bottom of the deck. So this could be a Leo. And we have this card here. Don't let pride get in the way. So whatever this is that's getting in your way, that puts you in this position to step into your ego, remove it. I keep looking over there because this man, the same colors as yesterday, but there's more violet. There's more violet than anything, which is the crown chakra. A little bit of blue, third eye, crown and third eye. All right, let me go over here. Tell me about that for the collective. Why you got me looking over there like that? What do you want to tell them? Why you got me looking over there like that? Why you got me looking over there like that? It's one thing about my vibe. If I don't know you, you gonna think I'm antisocial or some shit. It depends though, because if I read, I'm gonna read your energy and I'm gonna move a certain way. I'm gonna move a certain way. But if you come through with that glory, that divine energy, the goofy part of me come out like this. Sheesh. Harmony. Sacrifice. Some of you, there's a partnership that you sacrifice yourself for, that you have to cut the cord from. I said cut the cord from 144. What in the hell? Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing way too much right now. Because look at this. Look what came up. So why y'all got me looking over there? Said crown, solar plexus, third eye. Well, throat chakra. It's throat chakra. But then you got the universe. The beautiful white and gray clouds here. And then you got patience. Okay. But these felt, look at that awareness, which you got in the other deck. So we have the crown chakra, the solar plexus, and the throat chakra. Let me get some energy cards. Let me see what the energy talking about. See, now they got me like, because Mercury's here. And whatever this is, the fifth house is very important because it's taking you away from what you love to do. And my spirit guides and ancestors that work with me to work with you, they don't like that for you. They don't like it for you. They said, no. So let's see. What is the energy of the crown chakra? This connected to awareness now. Okay. We're looking at the crown chakra. Some of you, there's an action you want to take, but it's leading to anxiety. Why? Write that down. There's an action you want to take, but it's taking you into this state of anxiety. Until you sit down with that, it's going to continue to develop the anxiety. Write it down. Indecision, look at that. Crown chakra, because you're manifesting that. The moment it gets to the crown chakra, it's a wrap. But we got the solar plexus and the throat here. And in between that is the heart. So it's like you have to realign with your heart, because your heart doesn't open or close. You step away from it. If you realign with the heart, right? Okay. This is where the truth is. This is where you can use the law of attraction. But if you're not in that center, then what is it that you're attracting? Things that are not of love. Right? So here's what it is. What's the energy? What's the energy here that's blocking this the fifth house energy? What's the energy of the crown chakra that's blocking the fifth house? What's the energy here? Look at that, the sacral shit. Now 7-9 is Mercury in Cancer, or Cancerian energy. Some of you still have this Cancerian energy, or past relationship, or something regarding to your home that's blocking you. This could be a mother. It's like, look at that. You have Archangel Uriel, which speaks of cutting things out. That's Antares. It's like there's a part of your being connected to either your mother or your father, right? That there's a part of their story that they've hid about themselves, but it's in your DNA. And now your experiences in life were connected to that part of you. That is basically you still not even living out your path yet, because you have something within your DNA that's like messing with your system, type of thing. Let me get some more about this. It's gonna be long. I'm here for it though. Look at that shit. I split the deck and it's the devil. So this could be an energy of being restricted to do certain things. You in this lifetime, you don't feel restricted, but that being part of your DNA can cause some type of friction where you move that way. Okay. Where you move that way. Yep. You could have the 10 of Cups right in front of you, or this brand new love coming in, but you're focused on the past. See that 3 of Cups right there? That's Mercury in Cancer. That's the second decan of Cancer. Where this new moon is in the first decan, which speaks of wealth, straight up wealth. But you have to match. Yeah, some of you can literally end up getting some inheritance here from a past life. And you wondering where the fuck it came from. Tell me more about this here. What do you want them to know, Archangel Ariel? Look at that. I'm telling you, this is something from the past that's within you from other lifetimes that you have to complete the karmic cycle. Some of you have to, in order for you to close out this cycle, you have to take this spiritual journey on your own. You can expect anyone in your family, because they're your family, or friends or loved ones, whomever. There's something you have to do on your own, so you can bring enlightenment to your true life force. Now, 3 of Wands is Sun in Aries, which is also connected to grandmother. Who you are is also connected to your grandmother. Okay? Who you are is also connected to your grandmother. What else you got here? And there could be a conversation that you want to have that you know is going to shatter the foundation, but you got to do what you got to do. This is part of taking action on something that you know you have to do, but you don't want to mess up. You don't want to mess up the vibe. It's only going to tear you up. It's kind of like holding on to a poison. At a crossroads, Two of Wands, Mars in Aries. And while Mars is in Aries, that energy is going to push you more and more to do that. And the more you hold on to it, the more it's going to tear you up inside. Get rid of that shit. Get rid of it. And we'll go to the solar plexus to find out more. I got you. Here we go. Yeah, I'm telling you. Then you got Four of Wands. And then you got the Eight of Pentacles again, which was the message we got before, which said trust. Okay, some of y'all got to trust what I'm telling you, which you more than likely already do. But you have to, when I say trust what I'm telling you, trust the response that you're getting from the clarity as to what I'm saying, and do what you got to do. Okay? It could be whomever. It could be whomever. You know what I mean? It could be both. It could be both, especially seeing this Four of Wands here. It can be both sides and then their mothers. So both grandmothers and both great-grandmothers. You feel me? And some of you are literally the reincarnation of the first soul that came with the particular power that they all had, which is why you're here now, to stabilize the foundation, which means you gotta get to the gutter of it. You got to get to the gutter of this shit, because if this is what's preventing you from having fun and romance, then you're not even in this realm to do what you're intended to do, which is unconditional love, which is part of that fifth house vibes. And it's also about you starting your own business or whatever it is, taking a risk. But like I said, risk for me is renewal and source knowledge, or renewal and self-knowledge. The more you know about yourself, the more and more these ancestors are going to rise up to you and say thank you first and foremost. And they're going to start to literally guide you as to where you have to go. This is where you have to really start trusting yourself. You can't get validation from your mom, your auntie, your cousin, your this, that. No, you got to get your validation for what your intuition is telling you, what your dream state is telling you, what some of these messages are telling you, because we're going to go there. We're going to go there. For some of you, this is Virgo energy. You have Virgo, Aries, Capricorn. Capricorn could be highly significant, or it could be a fixed sign. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Now, if it's a fixed sign, Taurus, it could be somebody from May 11th to May 20th. If it's a Leo, it could be somebody from August 12th to August 22nd. If it's a Scorpio, it could be somebody from November 12th to November 22nd. If it's an Aquarius, it could be somebody from February 9th to February 18th. So we're going to go there. Time for you to walk away from whatever belief system you're connected to that keeps pulling you into that shit. You hear that? You hear that? Let's see what else. Saturn and Leo. This is connected to, this is Saturn, and this is Saturn and Leo. There you go. Release it with love. Bring love into the situation. Okay? Use what you know. Use your tools. Cry if you must. Get your ass out in nature. Get by the water. Stomp your feet. Box the air. Whatever. Don't hurt yourself though. But do what you got to do to get that energy out. Again, nature can take all that and then some. But get that energy out of you, because this is the season for you to really have the love of your life in every area of life. With Archangel Uriel here at the bottom of the deck, you're literally about to manifest this happy family. But there are things that you got to do. Look at that, being at the gate. Being at the gate. There's so many possibilities as to where this deception is coming from. But you got to get to the root of it because you want caring connections, right? Don't overthink this. Don't give yourself reasons as to why you know. Come up with a solution that is connected to your highest self and go to work. Your highest self is your north node energy. Connected to your highest self is looking at what your purpose is, checking out the way you take action, your Mars energy, seeing what aspects are connected to that. Look at your oppositions and make sure you know what you got going on. It's telling you that galactic signature, look it up. Look at that bodybuilder. Some of you more than likely 155, 55. Some of you, in order for you to gain this victory, your body needs a tune-up. You need to get to the exercise. And that's why I said box the air. Do something. Dance, do something that develops the muscle, the endurance in your body. Because your resistance is more so outside of you. Resistance, when it comes to weightlifting, is supposed to make you stronger. But the resistance outside of you seems to be making you weaker. Because you're not operating from a space of your highest self now, okay? Look at that. You got the tandem bicycle at the bottom of the deck. Synchronized alliance, dual partnership, collaboration, togetherness. Yeah, it's time to bring in the harmony. So this, if it's, listen, since it's time to bring in the harmony, whatever is not that is going to rise up to be removed. You know? Yeah, get to it. Get to it. And with love, too. With love. It could be a challenge because, you know, but Saturn and Taurus, this was all part of the cycle for you to complete and step into your self-worth. These are both Saturn cards. These are both Saturn cards. So when it comes to, what else is this? Yep, that's definitely the message. So with these two being Saturn cards, we have Taurus and Leo. These are big signs we got already. Wow. If you don't get to work on this, it's going to block you from your finances and your divine counterpart, especially the divine counterpart within yourself. If you're already with someone in a partnership now, they're going to embody the energy that you have to close out. Because it's gonna come through the way it's supposed to, wherever it can come through now, for you to close out the cycle and receive a reward. Okay, so now let's go to I'm gonna leave Ariel here. I'm gonna go to the solar plexus, which is I can. What's blocking you from what you can do here? What is blocking the collective from what they can do in relation to their Mercury energy? Some of you may even have Mercury in the 5th house too. Man holding a coin. This is Taurus energy. For some of you, this could be work that you're doing right now. Okay. Where you're around authority figures that's damping the Empress in you. Because you it's like not taking that next step to do what you must do to be in this sovereign energy where your life is a vacation, but you're still being taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Like you live in this life where you would have people that are jealous and envious of you because they don't know themselves, not realizing instead of competing and looking at you some type of way because you live in the life of your dreams. They want to sit here and say whatever, you indulge in that, and that brings you down from actually connecting to where you're supposed to go. 343. Let me look at 343, Gematria here. Solar plexus, man holding the coin. 343. GameStop, Scott, game collection, it's time, popcorn, stocks, Biden end times, control, hermetic, Kabbalah. GameStop is on here twice. Then we have Lil Durk. See, this now See this over here. Some of you are literally connected to someone who, not that you can't take care of yourself, but they are willing to take care of you. And you have people around you who don't like that. They don't even know what they like. They may not even know that about you, but they can sense it. People tend to know more about you than you would know about yourself because of energy. They may not even know exactly what their shit is, though. Okay. So let's see here. The game stops now. Bantu. Seagull. Aquaman. This person may have long hair, long locks. Primordial. Creek Nation. The March Ides. Amber Rose. God Forsaken. Let me see. What else? Ecuador. Esoterica. The Happening. The Train. Hold on, I'm coming. Let me see. All right, let me. Mauna Loa. What? Hold up. It's in Hawaii. It's a Hawaiian volcano. Let me see. Some of you really want to move to an island too, or you can feel like you're being guided to move around an area that has, volcanoes, because that's Mauna Loa is in Hawaii. Let me see. Tell me more about this energy here. Man holding a coin in the solar plexus. Some of you have a cord connected to a person only because they're the man holding the coin. Or if this is connected to people of the past, let's say certain ancestors that did that. And you have that in your DNA. Not to say that that's how you live in, but you have that in your DNA, and this can cause you to step into these ways of not trusting your partner. Yeah, definitely living by water for sure. Let's see, what is this here? Ooh, Hierophant. Okay. Tell me more. We got the Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Tell me more about this. Some of you have to walk away from certain beliefs that you're holding on to that literally guides your instincts. And these beliefs aren't yours anymore, so your instincts are being guided by something else that's not even you. Tell me more. Ooh. See now they're showing me a commitment that's coming in, a spiritual connection that's coming in that's going to support you. 10 of Pentacles. You ain't have this before. And this is why you walked away from certain situations here. Some of you could be receiving a message as well. The moment you walk away from a certain belief, you're going to start to see things that you wanted to manifest come in. A smooth flow. You shit. The Star card. Could be an Aquarius. You got Taurus, Aquarius, and Virgo. So that's strong. This is an energy that can make your wishes come true, but you gotta first move away from things that no longer serve you. And this is why some of you are being guided to step away. So you can build your foundation first of yourself by removing these things that restrict you. For some of you, there could be a mother-in-law or a parent that's doing this too, causing blocks. The moment that you answer the voice of your soul, there's a plane flying by there, and it just caught my attention. 252, 2052. Someone could be born on the 20th, year 52. Ace of Cups, whatever this is blocking you from love. That's for damn sure. But judgment is being called, though. Because is one thing about when the stars align, there's nothing that's going to be able to block you from this. Nothing's going to be able to block you from this. Let me go now to this throat chakra. Nothing's going to be able to block you from this. So the throat chakra, okay, this is where your intuition resides. What in the shit? Angel of balance. The throat chakra got a lot to say. We have Archangel Uriel, crown chakra. Archangel Shamuel, third chakra. Look at this shit here. Wow. The other two messages are here already. Archangel Raphael, speaking of the heart being tied up. Yes, you know what I'm saying? See, some of you can't hear what you're being guided to do because it's like you're being okay with being tied up. You can book a reading, I can tell you, beloved. Sure can. And then door to spirit, magician in the mirror, happy family. Yeah, it's time for you to go. Good day. Happy family. You see that? This could also be an energy of someone that claims to be a part of a royal bloodline, but the ancestors of this royal bloodline don't even know this person. But they're claiming something they're not. Then we have journey, the contract, patience, and the yin and yang. Listen. See, this is going back to you are a star. Okay? You are a star. Bruh. Okay. Being a star, okay, you're literally here for everything and anything that you truly desire. But you have to first take this journey that's going to require you to have a lot of patience and tempering yourself in order to remove these barriers. This is the vibe of a chosen one. This ain't for everybody. Not everybody had the ability to do this. This is someone who recognizes what's going on. You get to a point where enough is enough and you truly mean that. And by truly meaning that, you get to work on it. Y'all hear me saying that for these past couple messages. But if you're really about that life, as soon as you get off of here, you could already been got off of here and getting to work on what you got to do. Okay? Because it's time for you to rise up. You got all majority of the archangels here. It's time for you to walk through the door to spirit. This is literally your old life costing you your new one. It's like it's a legit clean slate of the spirit. You may even have these visions and dreams that are quite gruesome of certain things happening to you. That you're like, what is happening to me? But your soul is literally going through a cleanse. Some of you really got to get in some water, though, to have this rebirth. Put yourself through your own initiation, because anytime there's some form of initiation happening, there has to be this big body of water present. Getting in some salt water or something like that. Or taking your salt baths. Some of you may even want to do that. Take a salt bath for 7 days straight. How many pages you got? Bruh. So, wow. Let me see what else. Let me see. Let me see something else here. I gotta see this. Ooh. No, 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 no. Let me look at 735. Let me look at 735. What is 735 talking about? I won't have any damn cash. 735, way, path, course of life. The book of Daniel. Let me see what you're talking about. What book is this? The king acknowledges God. This is giving me a vibes of you are someone that says certain things and people don't believe you. And them not believing in you makes you feel the lack of support. Don't feel that way though. That's just not who you're supposed to go to express certain things like that. That's all it is. That's just who that's no. Okay, so a chosen one, there's a lot of things you're gonna have to get used to doing on your own. Speaking when I say on your own, it's you, your journal. If you have cards, your cards and source, you, your journal, your cards, nature. Make sure you're eating the proper foods because here's the thing, okay? Whatever you put into your body now, you already know you're gonna become that, and it's gonna create this. Because if it's meat, sometimes you want to take a break off of that. I'm not changing nobody in the way they eat. No. But if you realize that you're in a spiritual warfare, the last thing you want to consume is meat. Because that's exactly what happens inside your mind, inside your heart, inside your body. It will be when you ask me to explain my doing it. I don't get it. I didn't mean to laugh, but I feel you. Do you know what that? Do you know what that's like? That's literally like, let's say if you can um, see certain things in the clouds, people really don't have that eyesight to see that. You know what I mean? It's similar to that. They hear you, but it's once you start talking that shit, it's like a whole nother language on some real shit. Like you go from English to Spanish. But we don't see it that way until the shit click and you're like, wait a minute, you really don't know what I'm talking about. Because they don't have the cells activated to hear you. Little baby barking. They didn't go through that process of their heart being weighed, being light as a feather. Because when you go through that process, your life changes completely. They don't got it. They're okay. Look at that. The reverse of that is being all tied up. They're okay. Look at her face. She okay being tied up. But you got these. You got. Let me see. See, look at that. You on a contract of connecting to the yin and the yang, which is why you're required to have patience. Patience with everything around you and everyone around you, especially yourself. Look at that. It went to show judgment. The Four of Pentacles fell here. Look at these. You got Archangel Uriel, the second chakra, the sacral, the crown, the solar plexus, and the heart. See, you wanna make sure you're connecting to these three chakras, the sacral, the solar, and the heart chakra, in order for you to connect to this seventh chakra, this God energy. You can't rise to this if this is blocked off, if you're blocked off from this. And usually, if you're blocked off from this, it's because you have a lack of understanding of yourself, solar plexus, and sacral, which means you have to get rooted and grounded. There's a reason why the root chakra ain't out here because it's out the question. It's really out the question that you ain't rooted and grounded, because if you were, these two wouldn't be here like that. Letting you know, listen, there's something off here. An understanding of the heart chakra, these two sit under it. It's not people around you, so you don't need to go up explaining yourself to nobody. They don't even have the slightest clue about the 7 chakras to begin with. You know what I mean? So that's why I say understanding is a personal affair. Understanding is a personal affair. Whenever you start to express that with the outside world, that means there's an overstanding amongst all parties, because all parties understand themselves. You know what I mean? Thank you. Messages from the sky. Oh, shit. All right, y'all. Let's see what else. What else? Star cards. I said love cards. I sure did. Let me do some love cards. Let's do some love cards. Let's see here. Huh. Let's put this deck up. Let's see. Hold on. What do you want them to know regarding love? If you want love, you already saw the door to spirit, and it's the same thing going through. And this is, what was that 1620 number that we got at the very beginning? That was talking about berry, olive berry. Listen, we're bringing it around. Was this it? Yeah, berry, olive berry. Let me see what this is connected to, though. Olives could be significant as well for some of you. Olive oil, using that on your skin. Some of you are prophets, and you don't realize that. That's why you're experiencing what you experience too. Very likely. Love, higher levels of love, very likely. But you can put that to a halt easily, especially if you're a prophet. You can easily put that to a halt. What's that? That's a challenge. Hot air balloon. Leo could be a challenge. Letting pride get in your way, getting a challenge, or the pride of others get in the way be a challenge. The lack of balance is a challenge. Freedom is a challenge. Rising above the situation is a challenge because you're resisting rising above and connecting to a new perspective. It's fixed energy again. Going back to that world card. Look at this. Within a few weeks. What about within a few weeks? We got 288 up here. What's happening in a few weeks? The situation or event in question will develop or unfold within a matter of weeks. So it's like a fated point coming into your life. You want to check your vertex, get familiar with that. There's a fated point. Vertex, fated points are all about a crisis that happens but puts you where you're supposed to be. Okay. Not everything is not what it seems. We have optical illusion. It's not what it seems. There's something here being projected towards you, onto you. It could be an Aquarius projecting something here onto you that's preventing you from stepping into a calm life to connect to unconditional love. or some of you are overextending yourself caring for others. You need to bring that care into self-love, so you can connect to love outside of self. Look at that. No more crying over spilled milk. Enough is enough. Okay? I use coconut oil, and I drink a lot of coconut water. Yeah, girl. I drink a lot of coconut water. And then spilled milk. Regrets. Certain regrets that you have of the past. Stop sweating the small stuff. Leave it in the past. Whatever that is that cannot be changed, leave that shit there. Clean up what you have the power to clean up. We have rainbow at the bottom of the deck, a wish being granted. And this is the 9 of Cancer. And 9 speaks of an ending that leads into a new beginning. And here we are in the new moon energy. And it's about to be 909. It's 908. Let's see. Let's get some messages here. Let's see what's going on with. You know, it's the main thing too with my skin. Not getting upset. Minding my business. Yeah, I be paying attention to everything. It's kind of like a Pablo Escobar energy. If you ever watched his movie that he got on Netflix, this man always had a pencil and a notepad. He wrote every fucking thing down. Like, this man didn't miss shit. He a Sag too, though. We have victory and success. Victory and success. And we talking about love. Write everything down that just don't be. That just ain't it. And then burn that shit. Burn it. God damn it. Burn it. 909. Yeah. New love. Even certain situations with people in the past. Write a letter saying you forgive them. Move on. Get out my life. So you can go and have fun and play here. To capture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Some of you, there's someone coming in that could really be the one here. And you've already met the romantic partner you seek. So this could be the embodiment of the ways of certain partners that you had. Like, if you had to write the energies that you enjoyed about, certain karmic relationships, this is also connected to that too, where you've already met the romantic partner you seek. But you have to wait for one that starts to connect, for the alignment to happen. And when the alignment happens, as above, so below, as within, so without, you have to do it within you first. So this is why it's important to get rid of all of this toxic energy from your bloodline, from past generations, because being that chosen one to change the paradigm of the entire story is going to require you to do some things that's not going to be comfortable. You're not going to be able to explain to nobody unless you're on a forum or a platform like this to hear things about it, So find more of what you can connect to as well. And pay attention to the movies that are showing up on your feed. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. There's that. Why? See, what in the fuck? Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. What else you got here? And then we have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So this right here, what I'm feeling from this is like a vibe of growing up with parents who feel like because they took care of you and all this and that you got to take care of them, or you're supposed to be there this way with them because You're in their house, you're supposed to be respecting them. Like that shit, you gotta release yourself from that too. It be things like that. Like every area of your life, get to the bottom of all of it. Like all of it. You weren't given the gift of a child to treat them like your slave. And some of you, you hold, not that you hold on to it, but certain actions that you have taken later on in life stem from that type of psychology. Or it could be also where people have parents that are extremely lax, let them do whatever they want to do to the point that they don't pay attention to them. And that could also cause them to seek attention. So depending on, which side of the spectrum you on with that. Let's see what else. Because I want y'all to have y'all divine counterpart now. This unconditionally loving divine counterpart where you are independent in yourself and they are too. And you're able to give each other space and nobody's in this space of, oh, if they're not paying attention to me, then they're paying attention to somebody else. That shit stems from a lot of underlying issues, not just that particular thing. You know what I mean? I've come a long way with my parenting and definitely inner and overstanding that part. Yeah. That's why Chiron in your chart is so important and good to know because, yeah, forgiving and learning. Welcome. Heart to heart conversation. Teesh. This could be the one right back at the bottom of the deck. So you and your divine counterpart, more than likely, if this like a twin soul, have a similar story, but you've both gone through the process of understanding yourself, which is now why you can come together and have these conversations. Not trauma bonding either. It's not even a trauma bond. It's more so, you know, allowing each one to teach one through their experience in an effortless way. Heart to heart conversation, honestly discussing your feelings with each other. Because as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. See what the Orishas are saying. The moon, the 9 of Cups, Ogun, and the 7 of Cups. Wow. Some of your past partners are straight up demons. I'm going to just keep it a stat. And being with them was literally keeping your abundance and love under the water, hidden, deeply hidden. So this is some of you who have a Chiron in either the 4th, 8th, or 12th house, or Chiron in Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. You better get real familiar. Look up or whatever you can look up. If you got cards, use your cards to figure out what you're reading. And for real, get real familiar with your Chiron energy because that's going to show you a lot. Chiron in South Node. Is like this one sword that hasn't been pulled out of the heart yet. That has constantly caused this pain. I said pain. Some of you really have to get by water and eat less meat, especially if you're going through a spiritual warfare and you feel like, you're doing all that you're supposed to do, but things are still, even if that means just for a week, really cleanse yourself here for 7 days. Because whatever this is really set into your the waters of you. And water carries a lot of memory, ancient memories. The water carries ancient memories that's requiring you to really connect to the Most High, to uncover that which is hidden. And Ogun really slays your demons. It has a lot to do with the forest as well. Look at that. The earth element at the bottom of the deck. Didn't even peep that. At the top, you got the 7 of Swords. 7, 7. But these two sevens here, one is of illusions, the other one is deception and envy. Whatever you do next, keep that shit to yourself. Whatever you do next, keep it to yourself. Move silently. You see my face? Because it feels like the way I said that, move silently. This feels like this is somebody you're related to that's really close to you. That whenever you're in this vulnerable state, you trust to give information to them. And y'all got the same ancestor, but that same ancestor is about to whoop their ass for the subconscious thoughts that they have when it comes to you moving forward in life. Some of them, you've been in a position to ask them for help and they don't help you. And that didn't go unnoticed by your ancestors, whoever this was. Because this says right here, Uranus and Saturn. Let me see what's under that. The 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, see? Whatever you do next, keep that shit to yourself. You've been already planting seeds. There's something that you've been planting that you've been keeping to yourself. And you're about to see great reward for it here. Okay? But this also carries the Ankh. Eternal life. But the Ankh in this deck also holds the Karma card. What's under that? The Salamander. Look at that shit. You can't. Nah, bro. Open it right to there. This is, okay. It's going back to look at people from a soul level. Some of you have a difficulty separating yourself because you feel like this is your family member, this is this, and this is that. All right, now. Because 7 of Swords, this one right here says the possibility of being abandoned, lack of resources, loss of objects or people. The absence of guidelines may bring about moments of desperation, confusion, or futile efforts, asking for relief and for help, which sounds like that Naruto anime kid. Salamander, which is also on the King of Wands. It says these animals govern physiological functions, collaborating in the process of digestion and body temperature. They provide drive and courage, as well as bravery and justice. This card may represent a man or woman in his or her 40s, or with much experience in life, who fights for ideals and who is a great thinker, strategist, army officer, or ruler. His or her will is strong, and he or she is dynamic and optimistic, as well as realistic and rational. When appearing with other cards that are unfavorable, this card warns about physiological disorders, imbalance, and slow metabolism. This is why you got to pay attention to what you're surrounded by, who you're talking to, especially if you got things with your body changing. Like your instincts and your body will tell you, but it's easy for you to make the choice to ignore it. Bad man forward, bad man pull up. I did. You know what? When that song came out, Red Boss, Clear Boss. Mind you, that's when, if you look at my high school yearbook, it says dance hall queen all over that shit. I went to every dance. It was sitting there battling people. Let me see something. Pull up 2006. Whoever this is, there's something from 2006 that's still within the memories of your emotions, your waters. It's time to close that door. (2006), and most of us ain't even in here thinking about fucking 2006, but apparently this is connecting you. This could be exactly going back to the codependency, the way you grew up. These are friends that you connected to because of the way you grew up. And the moment you get to the bottom of the way you grew up, all of those energies in between now and then, most of that's being literally removed. But remember, forgiving and learning is here, so that way you can connect to your divine counterpart. Okay? Because God is already sending His sin. The universe is already sending His sin. Look at that. Chocolates is under that 9-9 and the wheel of karma right up under there. And then you got the master coming out. Cancer, Libra, Gemini, Capricorn. There's 2 cardinal energies here. This could also be somebody that's great with their words. Yeah, release your ex, healing family issues is also there. Free yourself. Children, it's safe for you to love. You have to tell your inner child, whoever you were 2006, it's okay to love. It's safe for you to love. Some of you got into situations to prove a point to whomever you wanted to prove a point to. But the beauty of this spiritual journey, it shows you ain't gotta do that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. That leads to competition. Competition means there's copies of something. Oshun, split the deck. In order for you to step into that sweetness, that Empress energy, instead of being, so hardcore all the time. Relationship patterns. Get rid of them. The ones that are not serving you. Turn your heart light on. These are going to be the final messages, y'all. Here we go. Whispers of love. This is your inner voice right here. Take a chance on love, 23. Especially if you've been all tied up in situations that are not of love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. Slow down. Okay? Take a chance on love, but slow down. Pause and allow things to unfold. That's the second time you're getting that. Have patience. The lotus. Which you have to cleanse yourself. Coming out through the mud. That's what the lotus does. The lotus cleanses itself through the mud. You're cleansing yourself through the mud. You're cleansing yourself through the mud. You ain't go through that for no reason now. You're here to break all these patterns, these toxic patterns. To really take a chance on unconditional love. What you've experienced before, that ain't it. True love, telling you. There's that 323. This is 2330 though. Let's see. 2330. I appreciate you all who have been vibing with me from the beginning of this live. If you came in and came back, you too. Blessings, my love. This is my love. I'm definitely going to the park tomorrow. And every time I go to the park, I take my stuff with me. I write down things for y'all. Be like, release the collective from whatever it is that they have blockages in. Because me as a projector, I absorb that. And that shit will easily become part of my life. And I don't want that shit. But if it's time for something I to go, I'm going to get you the fuck up out here. Because I ain't going to be doing that shit all the time. The same shit all the time. I'm not going to be doing the same shit all the time. 2330 though. Peep game. Look what it says. We love you. You are divinely protected. This shit says be sure to drink your Ovaltine. More Ovaltine, please. Wow. Spirit of power of love, 2330. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 14, 6:14. That would be the 10 of swords, completion of a cycle of all these treacherous behaviors. Okay, let me see what this is talking about. I want to see. More Ovaltine, please. $6.14. So stand ready with truth as a belt tight around your waist, with righteousness as your breastplate. Come, leap up through. 2330, I know your future. 2330. Some of you have said this, never thought I'd be capable to hate someone so much. Bring love into the situation, release that ass. The Christ consciousness within you is the beginning and the end and the first and the last. 2330, crown of 7 stars. That's the Empress. This just says WWE Undertaker. I'm out of here. The arrival of the Sophia, the Holy Spirit. Ashe. 2330, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. The wheel of karma, divine intervention is coming in. And it's connected to 1944, which is also 744. 2330, there is only one power and presence, and that is within you. 2330, focus on your own mark. 2330, you're the exception to every rule because you are divinely guided by cosmic law, the only law. Okay? 2330, the last one. Gabriel will blow his horn. That is the horn of judgment. Okay? So, I love you all. At the bottom of the deck, get to know each other. 44. The divine said, get to know me, and I'll show you your reflection so you can see. Ashe, my love. Ashe. 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 Let's cleanse it. Be merry, my loves. Love ya.